What's up YouTube, it's Beautiful Flex, and I'm going to be responding to a comment in this video. Somebody asked basically how to mix calisthenics and martial arts, in particular judo. Alright, so this is going to be martial arts as well, for those of you doing martial arts, or just those of you doing different sports, right? How to mix two different sports, maybe three, right? Number one, you need to pick a priority. Which sport is most important to you? I'm going to be assuming that's going to be judo. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'd pick a priority, right? So you can't have two that's like A tier, right? One of them needs to be B tier. So pick which one is it, like, you know, is it going to be judo? Is it going to be calisthenics? Because the other one is simply going to come secondary. Basically, it's not going to be the most important. It's not going to be what's going to be optimized, basically, right? So let's say you pick judo. Cool. Now, whatever you do in calisthenics shouldn't take away from judo. So you don't want to waste time learning pointless skills. So what I mean by pointless skills is there's a bunch of skills in calisthenics that I would say is kind of pointless. They might look cold, like the planche cold, but what's the athletic carryover? I don't know, right? Same thing for handstands, look great. I don't personally see the athletic carryover. Things like front levers now, I think there's a lot of athletic carryover to that. You know, you have a strong core and strong pull, right? Muscle ups, athletic carryover, explosive. One-arm pull-ups, major athletic carryover, right? Insane amount of pull strength, right? So do the skills that have athletic carryover, right? Don't waste your time. You know, you might want to learn like the elbow lever if you're new in calisthenics, but really there's no athletic carryover to that, right? So don't waste your time doing skills. You might end up being able to balance, but you'd get slammed on the floor by somebody who doesn't balance a day in their life, right? Because all they do is focus on what gives the most return on investment. So what I would do is, let's say your priority is judo or whatever martial art you're doing, only do the calisthenics exercises and the calisthenic styles of training that complements that. So for me, I only really train like, I don't train skills. From time to time I do skills just for the sake of fun, because I enjoy it, you know, handstands, 90-degree handstand push-ups, stuff like that. But in general, I only really train pull-ups, you know, for balance, balancing out the muscles, so weight pull-ups. I train, sometimes I do one-arm pull-ups, that's just for fun. Otherwise I'll do like handstand push-ups with a wall, because there's no point in the balancing aspect. That's not going to add, but just to train my shoulders, I'll do push-ups, explosive push-ups, one-arm push-ups, all of that. So, but I don't train, you know, skills in general anymore, right? So that's the most important thing I would say. Don't emphasize skills. Sometimes I do front lever training, and I do feel like that can carry over to a degree as a more time efficient exercise. I get to train pull, right? So there's balance, but also I get to train my core, so I don't need to do too much core training. But as of late, I do more core training anyway, so there's no point in it. So that's pretty much what I'd say. Do calisthenics, but probably do it more, depending on your goals, more high reps, or, you know, for endurance. I don't know if you need a lot of endurance for judo, you do in boxing, so perhaps more high reps so you have endurance, or do weighted calisthenics so you have enough strength. You know, still do the same movements, do push-ups, but basically more so that New York Park style, military style calisthenics, where you're just doing a bunch of reps of exercises, rather than the static, flashy, cool style that might be completely a waste of time, right? You might have an amazing handstand, amazing planche, but then you just get slammed on your face, right? So you don't want that, right? So basically pick your priority, and then your calisthenics exercises will simply be the ones that can complement your judo or whatever other martial art or other sport that you do, right? You know, if you're I don't know, doing calisthenics and you're playing basketball, understand that the added time that you're using to train calisthenic skills, not just calisthenic strength, that's cool, but calisthenic skills can be used for your sport, right? You can do, in a skill-based sport, there's a lot of training, there's a lot of room for training, because you're not always just fatiguing yourself. Same goes for martial arts, boxing, I'm assuming judo as well to a degree. So make sure that you're not just wasting a bunch of skill time training for martial arts, right? No, martial arts, what the heck. Make sure you don't waste a bunch of skill time training for calisthenics, right? So if you're doing judo, understand if you might have some amazing lats from doing a bunch of pull-ups, but your opponent might be more skilled in judo, right? So that you will sacrifice that. So as long as you're not sacrificing time for your sport to do calisthenics, and you're actually just complementing it, and you're not wasting time learning skills when you could learn learning like calisthenic skills when you could be doing more martial arts skills, training, if that makes any sense, then you should be good, right? You would be well balanced, basically. So that's how I approach it with my boxing. I don't do things that are nonsensical. I don't do pointless things. As I said, I could have the best handstand in the world and then I could get knocked out in the first round, right? There's no point in being able to balance amazing on my hands when someone else is getting more and more efficient at his hands, right? So that's how I see it, right? I can either be amazing at handstands and an okay boxer, or I can be amazing at boxing and okay at handstands. And I choose the latter personally, because I get my face punched in a lot less when I choose the second option than when I choose the first. I hope this helped you out and other people who might have had similar questions. It's B4Flex and I'm out.